Alright guys, welcome back to class. So we will be doing some exercises with our robot arm today. So what I want to do is just first make a really simple object that we're going to try to use our arm to pick up and move around. So I just have a piece of cardboard and I'm going to fold it in half. It doesn't have to be exactly this size, but we just want to make it stand up so that we can grab it. So I'm just going to go like this and cut a little bit like that, make a little slit like that, and then now you kind of fold one side out and then fold the other side out. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then now it's got like something like this, and should be able to stand on its own. Now if I want to, I can grab some tape and maybe tape it up so it doesn't come open. There we go. Alright, it's a simple little cardboard stand thing. And we're going to, the goal today will be to grab this and lift it up, bring it over there and put it down, and if we have time, lift it up again and bring it back to the same spot. So we'll see. But let's first see if we can get it to pick up. So this is our code here. This is from a couple weeks ago. The important thing here is just we want to make sure that we have our motor, our claw motor in, which we did last week. We're going to move this stuff out of the way. And we want to make sure that we are able to open and close. So I'm going to move this for now. Let's just make sure we can open and close. So up here you'll see I have claw motor. I've already defined it. And I found out that claw open was 90 and 180 to claw close for me. So let's make sure that that works. So claw motor dot right claw open. Okay. And we're going to delay 1000. Then we're going to claw close it. Delay 1000. Alright, so this should just be like open close on the claw. So we'll see. Okay, great. So you can see here it's opening and closing just fine. Now if this goes into here, should be able to grasp it, okay? Cool. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start. So we could try to all do this together in the same format. Alright, so we want to start the whole exercise with the turret turned all the way this way, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say another thing. I'm going to comment this out for now. So I don't want the claw to be opening and closing while we're talking. Okay. So right now in my setup, I have the home position right here, line 43. Alright. So that tells it to go to the mid angles, because if I look at home position, let's look at home position. Yeah, it says the base motor, go to the mid, extend motor, go to mid, lift motor, go to mid, okay? Now, rather than that though, I want to, we can go to home position first, but then I want to go turn the base all the way to that position, all the way to this position, okay? So in my loop, what I want to do is I want to say first, I think it's the base motor dot right, and if I go all the way this way, I feel like, and I always get confused, is it base motor min? Let's see. Nope, that was the wrong thing. That was the other way. So it should be base motor max, the other one, right? Going. Okay, let's correct that. Okay, cool. Now the other thing is, right now my claw is a little bit pushed out. It's a little extended. So I want to retract it back, okay? So if I do that, I'm going to do, I think it's called the extend motor. Extend motor is the one that makes it extend out or back in. So let's say I'm going to delay 1000 so you can see the difference between the two moves. And I'm going to say extend motor dot right extend motor min. Again, I always get confused. Is it should be min or max? We'll see. We just try. All right. So let's upload this. It's gonna first go to the home position. Okay. Cool. So now I've retracted all the way in, and the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure I'm all the way down in terms of the lift. Okay, so you can tell that it's pretty far down. It might be all, yeah, it's in the mid right now, actually, the lift angle, because everything was in mid by the home position command. So let's do, let's make sure we're down. So the lift motor dot right lift motor, I'm gonna try min. Is that the right one? We'll see. Okay. Home there. Okay, and if you could have heard that, it actually, you could hear that clicking. It moved it all the way down this way. So the max would then move it up like that, but it went all the way down. Excellent. All right. So now we're all set up. So the first challenge, and so I'm going to get rid of these because this is from last time. Challenge number 1 will be to move motor or move arm so that let's see, it is pointing, I guess, this way. So I'm just gonna call this I guess south, okay, because I'm just looking at the camera right here. This is kind of like the south direction, so that it is pointing south. It is fully retracted, right, because it's all the way in this way, going this direction, and lowered, and fully lowered, okay, meaning the lift motor goes all the way down. All right, so there we have it. Great. Now I'm going to then put this object, my cardboard, kind of here, which I know is probably around 90 degrees, but I know I want to put it a little bit further out so that I'm going to have to do a extend on it. Okay, so because if I just turn, the claw can't reach that. Oh, the other thing I want to do is make sure that claw is fully open. So right now my claw is already fully open, but let's just go ahead and explicitly program that too. So claw motor dot right claw open. Make sure that that works. Whoa, okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay, it's over here. Alright, now that that's there, let us, you know what, I didn't really like it. I didn't like it going all the way over there and hitting this. So what I'm going to do for now, and we can all do this, let's get rid of that home position thing. See this home position, so that I'm going to go to setup. And I'm going to comment out home position. Because that way, you know, I mean, it's good to always go to the same initial position and then do your stuff, but I don't like it that when I upload it, it goes back here and hits this. So I'm going to take that out, and hopefully it won't do that anymore. Okay, great. Alright, so it still went that way. The reason it does that is because when you first start up, the motors are gonna, you don't really know where it's gonna start up, so it's kind of just unpredictable in the very beginning, and then once it starts doing the motor moves, it moves to where it's supposed to be. But the good thing is that this time it didn't extend to hit it, so I'm happy. Alright, so now that we have that, the second thing we want to do is we want to turn the base or the turret so that it's facing the cardboard. So let's do that. And I'm going to put some comments here. Okay, so this is initial position. Then I want to turn to grab object. So that would be the base motor. About right. And I know for me it's base motor mid, right? It's in between this position and all the way over here to this position. So that should do it. Let's see. Okay, so my base motor did not do anything. Why? Oh, because I forgot to put a delay, guys, right? So if I don't, it's because after this completes, it's going to go and do a loop, start here again. And so I should have put a little delay so that I can see it. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, it went there. Yeah, and then it moves back. So just so we don't get confused, because you're kind of like, well, it's going back and forth now. I'm not sure. It's kind of confusing. So at the end of this, let's just write a while loop. While 1, like that. Do nothing. So we remember we used this while loop before, where basically 1 means just keep going forever, okay? And so once you get to this place, it's going to loop here forever and ever and just get stuck. So that way it doesn't come back and go back to here. So let's upload this again. And it won't keep going back and forth. Let's see. Okay. There. Okay. So now it's just kind of stuck. And remember, we can always, how do you get it to start again? You can press the reset button right here, the white button, which will reset everything. It'll run through it again. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. So what I want to do now is extend. Now when I extend, I don't want to extend all the way where I hit it. I just want to extend far enough so that when I close the claw, it grabs it. So let's add that. extend the arm. So this would be extend motor dot right. And right now we're at extend motor min. That's where we start as. So I'm gonna do this. Let's write extend motor min, okay? And I'm just gonna add to it. Like let's do plus, I don't know, plus 30. Because you can actually put that in there. So it's gonna take whatever the min is right now and add 30 to it. And let's do a delay 1000 since we have that for everyone. So let's see how far the arm extends. I feel like it won't go all the way, but probably the safe thing is it won't hit the cardboard either. Okay, so plus 30 went further that way. So let's do maybe 50. And again, your numbers might be a little bit different from me. And so it's kind of cool. I don't know if you've done this before. You can actually put math formulas inside these parentheses. This is what we're doing right now. 50 is pretty good. We're getting there. Let's do a little bit more. Maybe 70. Hopefully my arm's long enough. We'll see here. Let's see. We've extended, and okay. So here's another thing to kind of think about. The arm's a little bit top heavy now, so you might not be able to tell from the camera. But if you're doing it, it's starting. The whole thing's kind of leaning down this way. Am I still going to be able to do what I need to do? We'll see. We'll see. So what happens if I think 70 is still not far enough. So let's try 90. Yeah, so now that if I extend it like that, it's kind of, I think it's at the max, and then what's happening is that it's hitting the ground. So with the way that things are right now, it looks like, you know, maybe what we need to do, we need to lift it a little bit. Just kind of show you what's going on here. The claw's touching the ground. So let's see what happens if I lift it a little bit. So let's go lift motor dot right. And I'm going to just do the same math thing. Lift motor min plus, we're at the min, so I'm going to add 50 to it. And see what happens. Oh, so actually when you lifted it, it worked pretty well. Now, what I think I'm going to try then is I'm going to do the lift first. Lift arm to get to position. I'm going to lift it first and then extend out. Let's try that. Alright, it's getting there, but we didn't put the delay. We always got to put the delay after each move so that we can see it, because I couldn't quite see the lift action. So let's try again. Okay, so it's pretty much in position. Okay, so you might need to do the same thing that I did, is to, you have to turn and then lift the arm a little bit and then extend the arm out. That's actually going to give you further reach. And just so that, you guys can get an idea of how far to put this. So right now, let's get this guy out. From the base, I've got 7 inches. Okay, so my object is 7 inches away. Maybe you can do more than me. I'm not sure. Maybe you go a little 8 inches. I'm not sure. Maybe you can extend further out, but I'm doing 7. So if you want to do it like mine, at least I know 7 inches should be doable. Okay, if you want to go beyond that, no problem. More power to you. All right. So now that I've 7 inches away, I'll just leave this here. It's kind of cool, I think. Okay, now let's grab it. So I'm gonna grab the object. So it's gonna say claw motor dot right claw close. All right, and delay as always. All right, let's upload this. Oh, just missed it. All right, so I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna press this little white button here. Remember, it resets. And just for our video, I'm gonna like cheat a little bit. I'm gonna put it at 6. Let's see what happens. Okay, I went a little bit too close. I don't know if you can see this, but my gears of my claw actually got stuck on the cardboard, which is not exactly what I want. So I'm gonna reset. I'll put it at 6.5. Okay, check it out. I grabbed it on. So my 6.5. Again, I cheated a little bit on the video. You guys, if you want to cheat a little bit, that works as well. But the important thing is that we were able to experiment and try it out. I think even better is if you try to adjust the numbers, these numbers here, this 90, this 50, to get it to work just right. But for the video, I don't want you to watch me go through all the numbers, so I kind of moved it ahead a little bit. But now, okay, so I put it at 6.5 and it works. So now it grabbed it, great. Now what I want to do is lift it up. So let's do lift motor dot right, and you see here, so we'll keep going with this, guys. Actually, let's go to the max. Let's go lift motor max. So that's going to lift it as high as it can. And delay 1000. Let's see what happens. So again, it's going to reset. Alright, let's see. Lift motor. You know what? It didn't seem like it really did anything. Let's see what happened here. I'm curious what lift motor max is. So if I go to lift motor max is 150. Sorry, it's 180, right? So earlier I did lift motor min, going down, lift motor min. Okay, so lift motor min plus 50. So 90, which is lift motor min plus 50, is 140. So it's kind of close to 180 already. So maybe that's why it doesn't do much. So that's not, And so this is like as we're experimenting, right? Maybe instead of lifting it up, I should retract it first, and then I'll do a lift. Maybe it's more obvious that way. So I'm going to get rid of this for now, and I'm going to say extend motor dot right extend motor min. So that should pull it all the way back. So I'm going to put this back at 6.5 inches. So first upload this. It's back at 6.5. Okay, let's see what we get. Yes! And it pulled it in. Alright, so I think that's a good pause there. So challenge 2. Move arm to move to object and object, grab it and pull it all the way back. Alright? And then the last piece, alright, and we'll do this together. Challenge 3 is move the object all the way to over here, to the north direction. We said south was going to go this way, right? So I'll say north is this way. So move it all the way to the north direction. Now that should be relatively easy. So now I've already grabbed it. All I have to do is here. Move object to north direction. So that's going to be the, this is the base motor. We'll move it like that. Base motor dot right. And that's going to be base motor max, I believe. Let's just make sure. No, it's not, because initial was base motor max. So that initial was like over here, right? Over here, so that's not right. We want to go the opposite, base motor min. Delay 1000. And I'm just going to try to do it all at once. I'm going to open the claw to let go of it. Of the object. So that would be claw motor dot right, claw motor open. Delay 1000. Okay. So a good amount of different moves here. Let's try it out. Let's see, I messed something up here. Let's see, what was it? Line 181. Oh. It's not claw motor open, it's claw open there. And you have to keep putting your piece of cardboard back. Like I'm gonna do in a second. 6.5. Okay, not perfect, but you know, it got there and it let go. I'm gonna, I'm just curious. I'm gonna try again. Remember, you can just press this reset button here. Let's try again. All right. So it got it there. It didn't leave it standing up. That, maybe will take some finessing. So I'll leave that to you guys as a challenge. All right. So move the object to the north direction, and then challenge 4. This is like the extra credit one. Move it and make sure it is still standing when you let go. So a couple things here, like if I were to do this, it might take me some time, but what I'm thinking about, why is it not staying like that once I let go? Well, initially, I don't know if you guys noticed, when I first grabbed it, it's already crooked like this. It's like dragging on here. So obviously if it's dragging like this and it lets go, it's gonna fall, right? So one thing is when you grab it over here, you want to make sure that you grab it and when you lift it, it's straight. So that's one thing to look at. Maybe if you don't pinch it hard enough, then maybe it's like this. You pinch and then it's already kind of diagonal because it's not. You have to pinch it hard enough so that it stays straight. Right? That's one thing to look at. Another thing is like if you, and I know this camera angle is kind of hard to see, but if you push it, like if you push it too hard this way, it's going to be pushed back like that, which could cause it to get crooked too. So earlier, I think this was extending a little bit too far. So I'm going to move it back a little bit, maybe 6 3/4 inch. Maybe it'll be slightly better. Let's see. Yeah, so it's still, if the big thing was when it grabbed it over, it was already toppled over like that. So it could also be, guys, that this object is just, even though it's just cardboard, it's a little bit too heavy for this claw. So if I made my cardboard like half as big, maybe it'll be a little easier to do this challenge so that it lands and it can land straight up. Another thing is that it's just kind of slippery, and I talked about it last time. Maybe this cardboard's a little slippery. If you put a little rubber band right here, or I don't know, maybe even like a little sticky foam or something right here, so that it gets a really good grip on it, that could help too. So that's totally legal as well. So I want you guys to have fun with that. The cool thing about robotics is that you can fix the issue with your code, like changing the angles here, but you could also fix it mechanically by like adding rubber bands to your claw, or even adding some tape right here where you're supposed to grab it. Maybe that will help it stabilize when you move it over. So let me know what you guys think of. Have fun, and I will talk to you guys soon.